Okay, in this video, we're going to have a look at charts. Charts are a way to graphically represent your data in Excel. So here, for example, we have a list of product categories as well as the sales for each product category. Now, if we wanted to show this in a graphical format, we can do so using a chart. So to insert a chart, the first step is to select all the data that we want to chart. So I'm going to click on the product category and then drag and select all of these cells. Now it's important to note that when selecting the data that you want to chart, you must select the headers as well. So you can see that product category and the sales cells here have also been selected. You then go to the Insert tab on the ribbon, and then you'll notice that there is a specific charts group over here. So the first option is recommended charts. So if I click on that, what will happen is Excel will provide you with a list of recommended charts based on the data. So if I click on these different options, I can see whether any of these are suitable for me. So let's assume I was happy with this particular one. I then simply click on it and then select OK, and immediately that chart gets inserted over here. So you can clearly see the benefit of having a chart when you consider that looking at this graphically, it's very easy to see that condiments and spices as well as snacks are the two largest categories in terms of the sales. When you present data graphically, it's much more easier to view compared to just looking at numbers. I'm now going to go ahead and delete this chart. So to delete a chart, you simply click on it so you can see it's selected. And how you know when a chart is selected is the range of the data will be highlighted in these colors over here. And also very importantly, there are two tabs that get activated. There is a chart design tab that gets activated as well as a format tab. You'll notice that when I click outside of the chart and it's no longer selected, those tabs are no longer available. And this highlighting is also not actually shown. So clicking on the chart, I simply press the delete button and that deletes the chart. To now go through another way of inserting a chart, if you select all the data that you want to chart, you can use the shortcut key F11 to create a chart instantly. So if I press F11 over now, it creates a chart based on our default chart setting. Now the one thing you will notice is that this chart is in a separate sheet. You can see over the bottom here it's in chart 3, whereas we were having our data in this sheet called data set 1. So the one thing that does become clear from this is that it's possible to have a chart inserted in the same sheet as your data, or it's possible for the chart to be in a separate sheet on its own. If I wanted to delete this chart, simply right click on that sheet and then say delete, and we delete the chart and the chart is now deleted. If we want to change our default chart type, the way we do that is we go into the Insert tab, and then under the charts, we're going to click on this dialog expander box. You can see it's telling us recommended charts here. We click on all charts and you can see all the different chart types that Excel can create listed over here. Let's assume that we wanted our default type that works with the F11 key to be a line chart. So I simply go to this line chart, I right click on it and I say set as the default chart. We now say OK. So let's just delete this and show you the F11 again. Okay, so it immediately created it when I selected it. But if we delete it, if we now go and select all the data, if I press the F11 key to instantly create a chart, it immediately creates this line chart based on our new default. I'm now going to go ahead and delete this. We're now going to look at a third way in which you can insert a chart. So remember, the first step again here is to make sure that your data is selected. Since our data is already selected over here, we simply go into Insert, and instead of choosing recommended charts, you can choose any different chart type directly from here. So if we wanted a column or bar chart, if we click on this arrow next to it to the drop down, it gives us further options. As I hover over each option, it gives me a preview of what it looks like. Let's assume we wanted to use this 3D bar chart, and if I click on it, it now inserts a 3D bar chart type.